Hi guys, welcome back to Advanced VR Fair. I'm Ben. You caught me. After the last video about the metaverse, I was sucked into it, and here I am in pixel and bytes, but don't worry, just a test, and also it's a fairly static avatar that soon I count to bring also in VR with a lot of movements of the hands, full body and so on. But let's go to the video. Recently someone asked me, can you make a reaction to your own video to see if you are still of that idea? Well, in that video I listed 5 reasons to not buy the Oculus Quest 2, but for those who had not noticed it, there is also a video with 5 reasons to buy Oculus Quest 2, and I did not make them to make you confused, but simply to make you aware of what are the positive and negative aspects of this headset, so you can choose if it's good or not for you. Okay, so said that, after more than a year, am I still of that idea? Let's find it. Well, this was a long introduction, so I immediately get to the center of the speech. Quest 2, from its release to today, has received numerous updates, especially on the software side. They brought the refresh rate to 120Hz, starting from 72, have improved the graphic quality with links and R-links. There are many more functions to increase productivity, since Quest 2 and the VR project of Meta has always been to create something for work, more than for game, and also the hardware level. There have been improvements, such as, for example, the 64GB version has been replaced by the 128GB while maintaining the same price. In short, with all these improvements, those 5 reasons to not buy, are they always valid? Let's see a little. Comfort. The Elite strap continue to cost 50 euros and 150 with a battery, but also continue to be a shit and to break easily. The elastic band instead continue to be thrown in the garbage along with everything that is in the box of the Quest 2 and that is not needed. But over the months, several alternatives from third-party solutions have been produced, one of which is very comfortable and very resistant. It offered the same comfort as the crown of the Rift S, and with my surprise, I purchased in November in 2020 and it's still in perfect condition. Recently, an advanced version has been produced by Bobo VR with a battery, but even this seems to break easily in the same point as the Elite strap. I should try, but spending 70 euros and then realizing that it's a shit as well, it's not something I want to do for now. If instead you want to try the same band that I use, you find the link in the description. It will take a while to get there, but I assure you that it's worth it. The battery. Obviously, over time, the experience with the battery has worsened. Not by much though. At the beginning, I could easily do up to 2 hours and 15 minutes. Now, after 1 hour and 50 minutes, I already received the first warning of low battery. I assure you that I have always treated the battery of my headset with respect. I always made it discharge, but never until it turned off, and I always left it charging for the necessary time, not leaving connected all night. I have never used power banks and I have never played with the headset in charge. In short, it's physiological. The battery works like this. Over time they wear out and lose efficiency. Solution? I had enough of playing 2 hours and I started using power banks and playing with the headset undercharged, because anyway the battery still loses efficiency over time. In this regard, I made a video in which I suggest 5 of the best power banks to use with Quest 2, but know that any power banks respect the characteristics of the charge supply is fine. So do not look so much at the amperage, because that indicates how many more hours you can have. Rather look to the output, which must be 5 volts at 2.1A. With this parameter you can go quiet. Possibly avoid playing with the headset under charge and connect the power bank only when you receive the first low battery warning. Many ask me,
but why Oculus advise against the use of the headset in charge, but then they sell the link cable that charge the headset during the use?
But guys, the fuck I know, go ask them. Tracking. Although I no longer encounter the problems I had at the beginning, I noticed that among the comments of the video with some remedies to solve tracking problems, many continue to say they have these problems. Controllers that get stuck, controllers that are not detected or associated, that disappear, that do not respond to the commands, and so on. Now, for me, there were no more problems, especially after the latest firmware updates, because often with the Beat Saber I lost a lot of cubes because the tracking was continuously lost. Maybe a problem of light, maybe something else, I don't know, I just know that now I have no more problems. However, tracking problems still seem to be present and widespread. If you're having trouble, try to take a look to this video and maybe you can fix it. Or maybe no, let me know down in the comments. Visual, and here we are at the sore point, the fucking visual. And yes, it's still a reason to not buy Oculus Quest 2 despite there being a couple of improvements. Nothing has changed in standalone. The image in distance continues to be grainy, blurred, and everything looks like when in summer the heat on the asphalt makes the art flicker.
But Ben, the Quest 2 is in 4K.
No, you jerk. It's more than a year that I tell you that the display of the Quest 2 can go up to 4K, but standalone games, you have to say thanks if they are at 1080. Do you think the XR2 will run a 4K game at 60 or 120 FPS? Fuck, even the RTX 30 series almost failed with it. And you think the XR2 should make it? The display is in 4K, but the graphic quality of what you see depends on the game. Surely you can take advantage of the 4K if you use it as PC headset. But in standalone, it's very limited. You can improve the quality of the standalone graphic using SideQuest, as I show in this guide. Or, if you use it as PC headset, you can improve the graphics by following this other guide. But know that every time you turn off the headset, you will have to repeat the steps. It's not a real PC. Yes, I reiterate and confirm it. Oculus Quest 2 can be used as PC VR headset, but it's not meant to be a PC VR headset. It connects to the PC with a USB Type-C cable and so suffer from the phenomenon of recompression because the signal starts from the graphic card but does not travel directly to the headset, as it happened in headset with DisplayPort cable. But first pass from the motherboard that compress it and send to the cable that has limited speed compared to the DisplayPort cable, and then it comes to the XR2 chipset, which first decompress it and then send it to the screen. This not only leads to a loss of image quality, but also increase the response time in milliseconds, which, however, at least for single-player games, always remain within an acceptable range. The price. I conclude with the price, which could be a reason to buy. Indeed, it's the main reason to buy an Oculus Quest 2, but as long as you are satisfied. If we take, for example, the 128GB version, which costs €350 or $299, if you want to add a more comfortable headband, you have to spend an average of €50. If you want a power bank, if you want the cable to play on PC, if you want the power bank holder, if you want the leather or silicone mask because the stock one causes you allergic reactions. In short, there are many other small expenses that, adding them up, you spend even more than €600. And anyway, you are still using a standalone headset. Well, these were my consideration of the reason for not buying an Oculus Quest 2 update to 2022, and soon I will also publish the video with the reasons to buy Quest 2 after more than 1 year of use. Let me know in the comments what you think, and above all, let me know what you think of my virtual appearance ready for the metaverse. Do you prefer the old-fashioned videos? Thanks for watching, like, share, subscribe and ring the bell. From Benito, see you to the next one and see ya in VR. Bye guys.